Let's face it, although 10 years ago, Tesla was nothing but a minor company with a lavish, probably the most copied company in the world. And with the announcement of the Cybertruck, they've seemed to gather a mob of companies trying to beat Tesla that's greater than ever before. So it's a pretty decent assumption that most of those knockoffs are going to fail, right? Well, that might not be the case for the truck we're about to show you, because we think we've found the truck that will not only compete with the Cybertruck, but replace it entirely as the most advanced EV truck to ever be made. So, if you're interested in learning more about this truck, then keep watching till the end, because we're sure by the end, you'll have changed your mind about the Cybertruck. The Tesla Cybertruck was originally planned all the way back in 2012, when Musk announced that he wanted to create a truck with a special payload capacity. And at the time, the idea was pretty bonkers, seeing that the thing that really held electric vehicles back was their weight and low power. But fast forward 7 years, and they seem to have done it. And boy did it look like it's from the future. However, as it would turn out, it really was a little too ahead of its time, because as we all know, the truck still has not come to actual production. And well, during that time, a lot has changed in the EV world. Namely, the special and unique nature of the electric truck has worn off due to the arrival of alternatives to the Cybertruck. And boy, there are a lot of them. So let's take a look at a few. Probably the most prominent answer to Tesla's Cybertruck and their EV dominance in general has got to be Rivian. With their more conventional design, easier production, and really solid backing, they're on their way to releasing a few of their own trucks very soon. And not to mention the offerings from already existing companies. There's the Hummer EV, which will ship in less than 2 months, and an offering by Ford by the name of Lightning, which may drop soon too. And so with competition like that, it's easy to brush off any new competition as just another company. But what Edison Future, the company whose truck we'll be taking a look at today, has done, may just push it beyond any of the competition. So now, with the context established, let's shift our focus to the truck we think will defeat all others. Founded very recently in 2020, one might think that such a young company has no chance of beating a juggernaut with as much experience as Tesla. And normally you'd be right. But see, while this brand was established recently, it's actually the conjunction of two already existing ones. First, the California-based Phoenix Motor Cars, a company that you may not know directly, but one that has had a hand in building EVs for over 2 decades. Longer even than Tesla. And the second company is the China-based SPI Energy, which has the funding, resources, as well as the expertise of one of the most quickly electrifying industries in the world. So in a way, the company has roots and a foundation that may just be even better than Tesla. Just listen to Jose Paul Placal, the company's chief marketing officer, who explained the company's goals to Electrek by saying that Edison Future is here to provide innovative, bold, and sustainable options for consumers. There are other manufacturers in the truck segment, and we applaud those efforts, meaning that the company is well aware of the difficulties of the industry and still is confident of their success. Not only that, but he went on to say that the EV space is growing at such a rapid pace, so there is opportunity for numerous OEMs to address the demand. Because our main goal is electric vehicle adoption, we simply provide additional choices that are unique, stylish, and complete with features and specs that create a unique value proposition for drivers. So what we have is a company that has expertise, self-awareness, and a backing that could allow it to make something special. And so the only thing left is the actual physical product that they'll come up with. And that's where the EF1T comes in. Designed by Yukona Design Styling, this truck, or well, this platform, which also includes the EF1V, a modified van version of the truck, was unveiled during the latest Los Angeles Auto Show. Speaking of the car, Xiaofeng Peng, chairman and CEO of SPI Energy, said that our vision for Edison Future and Phoenix Motor Cars is to be leaders in sustainable transportation, with focus on energy efficiency and innovative design. We are pleased to be collaborating with Icona Design to bring this vision to reality. And boy, was it one incredible vision. First, there was the size, up to 243 inches long, or over 20 feet. Since we're talking about such huge numbers, the truck is longer than any competition, with the Cybertruck being listed as 231.7 inches in length, and the upcoming Ford F-150 Lightning, arguably the truck, expected to be up to 232.7 inches long. And what comes with that size? Well, a 3-motor setup, giving a massive 3,000 pounds of payload capacity, a 450 miles range, a 6.5-foot bed in the back, and a state-of-the-art bright orange interior. And that's not all, because the truck has a very special feature up its sleeve. By far, the most unique aspect of the truck is the solar setup on its roof and, well, its retractable shell. Because, as you see, the Chinese parent company, SPI, is actually specialized in creating solar solutions. And so they managed to retrofit their first truck with solar panels covering the entire roof, as well as a retractable futuristic shell that comes out to cover the deck, also covered with those cells. The system is made up of a complicated setup of telescoping solar louver panels that are able to extend all the way to the tailgate. And this so-called armadillo armor isn't just about solar, since it also doubles as a safety cover for items in the bed. According to the team at Edison Future, they expect that these solar panels could potentially provide up to 25 to 35 additional miles of range each day, as long as you're in sunny conditions. Sorry, Britain. To understand just how unprecedented this is, another EV with similar design, the upcoming Fisker Ocean EV, is estimated to only be able to deliver 4 miles a day under sunny conditions, with a maximum best of around 5.5 miles. And if that sounds too much for your budget, don't fret, because the company has already revealed plans for separate models on the same basic chassis. According to Edison Future, they, as of now, plan to put out a whole range based on the EF1T platform. These include, first of all, a standard model, the EF1T. This is the cheapest model with an expected 300 miles of range, 470 horsepower, and a 7,500-pound towing capacity. And don't think it a slouch either, as the company has promised a 6.5-second launch time from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Next up, we have the mid-ranger, the EF1TP Premium. This time with 2 motors, this model dials up the range as well as the power. With a promised 380 miles of range and a 690 horsepower max, this guy can bear a load of a whopping 9,000 pounds, while also increasing the launch time by 2 seconds to a fresh 4.5 seconds. And finally we have the cream of the crop, the range topper, the EF1TS Super. Besides having extra letters in its name, the truck also has a setup of 3 motors that make its numbers borderline deadly, starting with a very impressive 450 miles of range, while also giving a massive 816 horsepower to get a total of a mind-numbing 11,000 pounds towing capacity. And if those numbers aren't bonkers enough, the truck also launches at a Porsche 911 level of 3.9 seconds. That brings us to the final question. Now, although the company is confident enough to provide those exact numbers, the fact remains that they also admit to these models being prototypes and not the final version. And that is not necessarily a bad thing, since the company seems to welcome feedback in order to modify their products. And as a result, we do not have any price confirmations as of yet. What we do have, however, is an estimated date of production around 2025. And with the Cybertruck having to be pushed to 2023, I think that's a pretty good window to release in. All in all, if the company ends up being able to deliver on their promises, I don't think anything or anyone can stand in the way of their success. And well, on that note, we must end today's video.